Who was Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck in WWI East Africa? Have you ever wondered how a relatively small force could hold off much larger armies during a major conflict? Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck was a key figure in this scenario during World War I in East Africa. He commanded the German colonial forces in German East Africa, which is now part of Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi. His leadership and tactics made a significant impact on the war and the geopolitical dynamics of the time. Von Lettow-Vorbeck led a guerrilla warfare campaign against Allied forces, primarily British, Belgian, and Portuguese troops, from 1914 to 1918. His forces were outnumbered and not as well equipped as the Allies. However, he used his knowledge of the local terrain and unconventional strategies to keep the Allies on their toes. At the start of the war, he launched raids into British East Africa, targeting areas near Mount Kilimanjaro and Lake Victoria. In November 1914, the British attempted to capture the German port of Tanga. Von Lettow-Vorbeck successfully defended it, forcing the British Indian troops to retreat. This early victory not only boosted German morale but also established his reputation as a skilled commander. Throughout the campaign, von Lettow-Vorbeck avoided large confrontations that could risk his smaller force. Instead, he engaged in tactics like ambushes and hit-and-run attacks. His forces often moved across vast distances, living off the land and capturing supplies from the Allies. This prolonged campaign tied down tens of thousands of Allied troops who could have been deployed elsewhere. However, the campaign had severe consequences for the local African population. Many were conscripted as porters and soldiers, leading to significant disruptions in agriculture. This resulted in famine and disease, causing hundreds of thousands of civilian deaths. Von Lettow-Vorbeck's campaign continued until he learned of Germany's surrender in Europe in November 1918. Even then, he was reluctant to accept defeat. He had fought a successful defensive campaign that was one of the few German victories in World War I. He formally surrendered 2 weeks after the armistice. In summary, Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck was a German general who commanded the Schutztruppe in East Africa. His guerrilla campaign against Allied forces prolonged the conflict and highlighted the challenges colonial powers faced in controlling vast territories during the war. His actions are a notable chapter in the broader context of World War I, showing how colonial empires became battlegrounds from the main European fronts.